everyone! In this video, I'm going to be showing you the magical art of plating. What makes plating so magical is that you can take a pretty simple and basic dish like the salmon, peach, and arugula salad and transform it into something truly amazing with just a little bit more time and effort. While this recipe is super simple, in this video, I'm going to give you tips and tricks to simply transform your salads into looking extraordinary. Now let's begin! Plating actually starts with a good basis of ingredients. So the first thing that I did is I took some salt and pepper, about 2 teaspoons of balsamic vinegar, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and I used that to marinate my salmon for about 5 minutes. These add a nice flavor to the salmon without making it too overpowering. I let this sit while I prep my other ingredients. Then I moved on to slicing my peach. I cut it into, I would say, about a 1/4 inch wide pieces, and then I kind of set them aside. Then I prepped my griddle pan. I like to use a griddle pan on just the regular eyes because then I can set it to 2 different temperatures instead of like the main eye that I have in the middle, because I want my peaches to cook slower than my salmon. So what I did is I preheated my griddle pan at the front where the salmon's going to medium-high heat, whereas I put the other one on medium. Then at this time, I just sprayed my griddle pan and then added my salmon in the front, and then in the back I added my peaches. No seasoning, just making sure that they have a little bit of oil so they don't stick. After about 3 minutes, I flipped both my salmon and my peaches over. After flipping my peaches over, I only cooked them for about another, I would say, 2 to 3 minutes, whereas with my salmon, because it was a bigger piece of fish and I wanted it to be cooked all the way through, I cooked that for about 2 more minutes on each side. After removing both elements from the heat, I then started prepping my other ingredients. I took for one salad about a 1/4 cup of small mozzarella balls. I will put the real name in the description below, and then I just sliced them into halves. And then I actually started prepping my dressing. So for my dressing, I used about a teaspoon of lemon olive oil. If you don't have lemon olive oil, regular olive oil works just as fine. And then I added about 2 teaspoons of balsamic vinegar, a 1/4 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and a 1/4 teaspoon of honey, and just a little bit of salt and pepper, and basically stir that until combined. And then I just made sure to wash up a little bit of arugula, about no more than a handful, and then I also made sure that I had some pecan pralines on hand that were roughly chopped. You can also use regular pecans, I just wanted a little bit more sweetness. Once I got all of the components of my salad together, it was time to plate, my absolute favorite part. So for this, I took a large plate. You want it to be kind of larger because you're going to have all your ingredients spread out. So the first thing that I added was my salmon to the middle of the plate. The reason why I added my salmon first here is because it's the hottest ingredient, and I didn't want it to wilt the rest of the arugula. So instead of adding a bed of arugula, like you can see here, I just added the arugula onto the sides. You want to make sure that you spread the arugula to all sides of the plate, because this is going to serve as the base for all the other ingredients like your mozzarella and your peaches. Then I placed my peaches on my arugula, and I would say kind of a circular direction. The reason why I did this was to ensure some symmetry with my ingredients, and honestly, it just looks super cool. Then, in the crevices between my peaches, I then just added my little bits of mozzarella. I made sure to just make sure there was about 1 or 2 pieces in between, so it wasn't too overpowering in one section. And actually, surprisingly, I just sprinkled my pecans on top of it. I did not want my pecans on my salmon, but I made sure that they can really go anywhere else on the plate. And as you can see, even though this took barely more time than it would for you to just throw the salad in a bowl, it looks so much more attractive. And now the most difficult part for me is to decide how I want to do my dressings. Because it can get a little messy, I just tried to drizzle them in, I would say, like a vertical direction. I wouldn't do like one where you make kind of a spiral direction. I personally just prefer it this way because then it starts to look a little bit messy. But then I just added my dressing over, making sure to get almost all parts of the salad. After adding your salad, that's literally it. Having a salad which looks so attractive makes it so much more appetizing to eat. And I truly enjoyed every bite, as every bite was prettier than the last. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a wonderful day no matter your situation or location. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye!